Combo attacks have a lot of range with his sickle. His back three has a ton of range. His forward three is an overhead that reaches almost all the way across the screen.
So would you say
Forward medium attack, light attack, hard attack, which is a very good long range move. It's a mid attack.
And it advances you too.
And it advances him. He goes forward. He has a low attack with good reach for a low attack that ends in an overhead.
What a mix up.
So he also has like a good knockdown string. And he has strings that have overheads and lows in the middle. He's not really a character that opens you up with overheads and lows. They're more part of his combo attacks.
right?
So if you
So you got to really learn his combo strings to fight against.
And then he has forward one is this long range headbutt, which I love.
Woo!
Look at that.
Nice.
this little
And you can see his sweep has a ton of range. It's probably the longest range sweep attack.
Jeez.
His uppercut has a ton of range, so it's a great anti-air. His jump attacks have great range. He's kind of one of the masters of ranged combat in this game.
controlling space.
Awesome. That's one of my favorites.
That's a really cool throw. I love how he just drags you down. So, his special attacks, we'll start off with Death Sickle, or Death Spin, which is a multi-hitting attack, and he can actually advance with it. He can go forward, or he can retreat if you want to intimidate the opponent. And this can be meter burned into a combo starter. Man, this is scary.
You're really landing it right now.
There you go.
There we go.
Alright.
So this is like his main combo starter. If you hit his low, you can go into it. Pretty much any time you're going to hit has his gas puke. And this move you can actually hold down to extend it. So you can do a short one, be safer on block, or you can do the full one. He also has a gas burst, which is a quick, somewhat safe burst that you can use to end strings. Like if you think the opponent might block, or if you want to just knock them away to go back to your ranged attacks. And he can also do this in the air.
Ooh.
It also has it'll do a slight dot damage, and it has another use that involves his character power we'll talk about later,
Okay.
which is a great combo ender. It'll knock him down,
Leaves it right next to you.
leaves him right next to you. It
Right
does
in
a
his
good chunk of
range.
damage. And the meter burn does even more damage and looks absolutely awesome.
Oh,
A really nice dose of fear gas.
so cool.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of his best combo enders. He has a teleport. Since I said earlier his moves are on the slower side and have a lot of recovery, if the opponent has long range or projectile attacks that are very fast, he'll get beat out. So if you're struggling to get in, you can actually use this teleport to go right
And
behind
it just drops into fear
Right.
box and comes. Yeah, that's awesome.
He can also use it for tricks. You know, you can knock them down, then they're blocking the other way, and you go in.
You're fighting a nightmare at this point.
He also has a command grab, which is what I said earlier, where he doesn't really fit into an archetype because he's not a grappler. He's a long-range character, but then he has a grapple, which is, in my opinion, one of the cooler moves in the game.
Because there's his. You see,
Oh, he also has this energy wave,
Oh.
and this will actually absorb projectiles. So again, if he's struggling because his moves are on the slower side and he's getting zoned out by batarangs, he can use this. And the meter burn one will do a double one, and it'll knock them far away.
I wish I could throw batarangs, but I'm not.
Look at
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Beats projectiles.
Whew.
Character power. His character power is his fear meter. You can see it at the bottom. So how it works is you activate it, and he gets even scarier. And now he starts doing dot damage when he's close to the opponent. So
Dot
they'll
damage being.
damage over time. They'll start taking damage just by standing next to him. And you can see that it's filling the fear meter. Now, you're not expected to get a full fear meter on just one dose of this poison. You can see I almost did. So the idea is you keep fighting, and then you activate it again, you get a chunk. Now it's full. Now you can see it's glowing green, and it's draining.
Whatever does this do, Steve?
This does Traumatize, which is a full screen ground pound.
Ooh. Now, is that guaranteed damage or?
All the follow-ups are guaranteed damage. The actual ground pound is blockable, but it's very fast. It reaches all across the ground. So the idea is once you build up the sphere meter, which will take you a little trouble, you have this ground pound active.
Which they are afraid of.
They
the
are
entire game.
yes, and then you sit on it. You make them fear them. You wait for movement. You look for a little twitch, Traumatize, and then you get a big combo.
That's really cool.
You can also use it as combo extender. you don't have to do it from far away. You know, you could if you hit this, just go straight into it and then get a big damaging combo from up close.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
dude,
awesome.
that was cool.
The dot damage isn't the only way to build a sphere meter. His Scarecrow gas also builds it. So if you do this move, this one,
Sorry.
you'll see it's also building it up as it hits.
Oh, so anytime the gas hits.
Anytime he hits with a gas move, it'll build it up as long as it's active. So the idea here is when you feel like you're comfortable in a good position to get in, you activate it, you start getting close to them. And just by being close to them, they're going to take damage. Like you go for a throw, which wastes a lot of time with it and does a lot of the dat damage. You can start ending your combos in this move to get it up. Then when you get it, you can go back to playing full screen, back to controlling space. And the opponent knows, if you throw a battering, if you try to do a back three or dash in, you got to look out for that ground pound and you're in a lot of trouble.
So once it's full, you don't actually have to activate it right away. You can
Not-
just sit on it.
Right, you can sit on it while it's draining. And the opponent sits there and they know they got to try to wait it out. This super move is just amazing.
She rips the whole way out.
And at the end, he puts him into the.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to some more Injustice 2 news. I'm your host, as always, for some reason, up at the crack of dawn, BXA Ragnarok. I need some cup of tea in the morning. And typically I don't do this, but after getting a good night's sleep on Scarecrow and kind of letting all the hype settle from his reveal, I thought I would do a follow-up video. Now, at this point, I'm sure you've seen a lengthy breakdown video on my channel. I was so excited about the moves and things that Scarecrow kind of got demonstrated that I wanted to break down everything. And as a result, the video is a lot longer than I originally planned it to be. So this is going to be kind of a shorthand version. Basically, what you've seen before was, again, all of Scarecrow's normals, some of the strings that he used, all the special moves, his trait, and his super. So this is going to be kind of a summary, a shorthanded summary of everything. So based on everything that we saw yesterday and getting some time to sleep on it, I'm still not going to put a firm label on whether Scarecrow is overpowered or broken or needs nerfs or needs buffs, because that's kind of silly. The game isn't even out yet. His tools aren't finished yet. He could be a completely different character by the time the game comes out. And we have to wait and see, like, all of the things that make a character really good or bad. And by that I mean like the startup frames of his moves, how fast they're going to be, what they're going to be on block, how safe they are, and just stuff like that. And then damage. There's a lot to really take in to determine how good a character is. I will say though, just by looking at Scarecrow, he does seem to have a tool for just about every situation. In fact, I think one of the specials I missed yesterday in my excitement was his projectile reflect. Now, it's really important that a character who is basically designed to fit within a mid to long range archetype, he's got like the ability to teleport, which would normally get a character around zoning, but he also has the ability to nullify projectiles, which is pretty big. Now, while it seems to be fairly fast on startup, what we don't really see it used with is against hard zoning characters like, say, Dr. Fate, Supergirl, or Firestorm, all of which have projectiles that move like that across the screen. So one of my biggest questions about Scarecrow's Reflect is, are you going to be able to use it on reaction to those projectiles? Based on what we've seen from Firestorm so far, I would say no. But possibly on like the slightly slower zoning characters or anti-zoning characters like Batman's Batarangs, Robin's Batarangs, more than likely. The fact that, again, he has these long-range attacks, but is also equipped with like the projectile reflect or nullification, a teleport, and a command grab, as well as a move that would pull you from mid-screen or sweep distance and plant you right next to him. That's an interesting choice. I kind of want to see how many command grab setups he's really going to have off of his normals. So far, we know of at least 2 off of his down 1 and his standing 3. Based on the trailer, it looked like he also had a couple of restands. His trait, Traumatize, I believe is what it was called, looks like it restands the opponent on hit, but we don't really know. I'm not going to get into all the tools because then this video would be just as long as the one yesterday, but so far, my initial impressions with Scarecrow is that he has a lot of tools, and looking over each tool, it's really no surprise to me now that that video turned out to be almost half an hour long. But as far as where he's going to fall, I'm confident that a character with that many tools cannot possibly be bad at launch. So I'm predicting, based off of nothing but what we've seen so far, that he will fall in the upper mid side of the tier list. He might be in the high tier, but he's guaranteed, prediction, to be upper mid at worst. So probably going to fit right into where, say, Ermac was when MKX came out, where he's like a top 10 character, and then he became top 5, and now he's, in people's top 5, top 10 lists. But yes, very, very happy with the way Scarecrow turned out. He's literally got almost everything I would have thought to give him. Still, the design of the character isn't what I would have gone with at first, but it has grown on me, especially with the way his intro plays out. Scarecrow, to me, has one of the best intros of this game so far, with the fear gas coming out, and then he emerges from the gas as Scare Beast, or just, a more monster version of himself. I am interested to see if he is going to have any dialogue while he is in the form of Jonathan Crane. I'm sure he will, but we haven't seen it yet. So let me know what you guys think down below. I will definitely be back with some more Scarecrow stuff, as you can probably imagine, when the game comes out. This is going to be a hub for tech, matchups, combos, everything to do with this character I'm going to break down. I'm also going to try to break down Deadshot and Dr. Fate when they come out as well, but Scarecrow is going to be the primary concern. If you couldn't already tell by the 4 videos I've made about him and the overlay that I'm using right now. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going back to bed, then I'm going to work. So I'll see you guys next time with some more Injustice 2 news. Peace.